So, the whole sentence sptwags sptjub rer schud rer sptjub songs sptjub shinargs. I absolutely love this. Let's all take part in this absolute travesty. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is going to be a video all about ruining Toki Pona and ruining as an act of love. If you have not seen this channel before, if I'm a completely new face to you, it is very nice to meet you. My name is Colin Gore. This is a channel all about language, linguistics, constructed languages, language learning, learning ancient languages, all this sort of thing. So if you like that, stick around, consider subscribing, and ring any bells that are presented to you. But without further ado, let's start conlanging. So into the side webcam we go. And I still have a little bit of that blackboard up here, but that's okay. People can wonder what that's all about. So Toki Pona is really interesting, and I won't claim to be, I'm not in any way a proficient user of Toki Pona. I merely appreciate it, and I love the fact that it exists. It has a pretty decent sized community online, so chances are someone involved, either watching this now or watching this later, is going to be part of that. So welcome. When I say ruining Toki Pona, it is only to show how much worse my derivative version will be than the original. So the plan here is to look at Toki Pona, which is, let's do a little introduction of it. It's a very minimalistic constructed language. It tries to get away with a very, very limited selection of roots, and by and large, it achieves its goal. There are, I think, somewhere between 120 and 137, depending on which iteration or version you're using, that are of roots that are in use, and more other meanings that aren't covered by these roots directly are formed by compounds. And so you can have things like crazy waterhouse, tomo te lo nasa, meaning strange bathroom. So there's a lot that comes out of this compounding, and because any language that has only 120 roots still needs to express a lot about the world, there's a lot left up to the participants in the communication. And so we can see things like Yan Lili, meaning literally small human, or human small, I think would be the word order. But it's used as a word for child. So it's both small human and child, depending on the context. And so a lot about Toki Pona depends on the context. So let's take a look at some of the words we have. By the way, I will put this as another thing I have to put in the description and make a note. Pona cheat sheet. So someone has made a really, really nice summary of the grammar and vocabulary of Toki Pona that fits on 2 sides of 1 page. So lovely. We will link to that. But basically, we have the entire vocabulary, the entire lexicon here. It's not much. But as you can see, there's a lot going into each one of these roots. So here we have an example, lukin, which means to look at, see, examine, observe, read, watch, seek, look for, try to, and I'm sure a whole bunch more things. So our goal today is going to be to take these lovely, lovely lexical entries and replace them with things that look very, very different. And I want to make a phonology that would, I want to make a phonology with some good, maybe some velar fricatives. I want schwa in there. I want it to be un-Toki Pona. Yes, some clusters, because we have this very more or less CV structure with, I think nasals are allowed in the codas. Yeah, pilin, pan, but that's it. And we're going to take this and we're going to make it crunchy and un-Toki Pona. So let's get started. We'll start with the phonology. So let's get some of these ideas onto paper. If only it will stop doing that. So we start out with, let's talk vowels. I think we're going to I want schwa in here. And the question is, how far can we go with this? So we can do the usual 5-vowel system, which I think there's a drinking game out there for whenever a 5-vowel system comes up on in a conlang. If you're playing along, my condolences, because we are about to subvert your expectations. So we've got 5 vowels in schwa. We might return to this. Let's get a basic consonant inventory. I'm not gonna do a whole chart at the moment. Let's just get some B, T, K, M, N, S. Ch, maybe wa, and I don't know if anyone's heard my rant about how much I dislike the IPA symbol for the alveolar tap. I think we should have a voicing contrast for obstruents. I think I'm getting a bit predictable in my conlang life, and just never doing voicing contrasts and obstruents. So let's get some of these in here. Let's get z, and let's get r. Where is that on the IPA keyboard? That is on my second monitor. That's nice. That's nice. We need some adjectives. Yeah. Let's get... The question is, will I reliably be able to produce adjectives? I think so. We'll see. Where is the... Where is the spot where you can... okay. So which is the one with adjectives, now that we're going down this road, which is the adjective that is uncommon? This is how you can tell I'm not a phonetician. You often have you often have ka. Rate my adjectives. That sounds wrong when I say it, but nevertheless, here we are, and we need. I think we need some uvulars as well. I just think that's what we need right now, and uvular adjectives are also common. Labials, not so much. And we might have the alveolar or the coronal like this. That could work. Is this already too many for a Toki Pona sized language? Well, here's one thing that I think we might be able to take advantage of, which is if we have an inventory size like this, we do not need to have morphemes that have more than one syllable. So if you'll see back here, we have in Toki Pona, I mean, maybe they technically don't need this either, but they have it. They have all these polysyllabic morphemes like mama, kalama, tempo, pimea, and we don't need it. We can simply just do monosyllabic morphemes. And so I think that could be cool and give us a different vibe. So, oops, that's for later. So consonants. And okay, if we say we have this for now, let's come up with a syllable structure. We can always come back and change this. We have a syllable structure that's something like something relatively scary. I don't know if this is reasonable. Maybe this. Or maybe only S can go here. This could be fun. So then we'd have things like we can also have glides here. So something like spwach. I think this is the aesthetic we're aiming for. Spwach. Or kyak. Or even it could be something as prosaic as one, just to show that we can still do this. Yep, we're doing huge consonant clusters. Everyone get in, because it's happening. And the one thing that I had in mind is I would love for the more functional morphemes in Toki Pona. These are things like, let's go back over here. We have things like pi, which means of. We have, where is it? We have li, which occurs between any subject that's not the first or second person pronoun, and the verb. We have e, which occurs before the direct object. I would love if these were consonantal clitics. So instead of having a vowel and a separate word, why don't we do something like, let's find an example. Let's do, where is it? So the cat is eating. Let's use that as our example. Why can I never click on the right thing? Okay. So soeli limoku, cat, and then this li marker, which we can talk about how to analyze this. I think that could be a fun conversation. But the cat, li, eat. So if we have a word like meow for cat, that could work. Wait, what is the actual translation of soeli? Okay, it's just animal, so it's not cat. So then let's just call it animal. Then I don't feel as much as if we need to have meow be the word. Let's put sptwach. That's animal. So animal, sptwach, and then maybe kyak is this moku. And then what if li were s? So sptwach kyak. Oh, okay, or gz. That also works. Sptwach, sptwachz, sptwachz. I think that's fine. Sptwachz, sptwachz kyak. Obviously. So that's the vibe. That's what I think we want to do. So instead of messing around with all sorts of charts and things, I think we should just translate a text. I have prepared a text for us. It is the Tower of Babel text, which I found on Wikipedia, translated into Toki Pona. You can see the original. Where is it? Somewhere down towards the end of this. Apologies for the scrolling. Here it is. Matomo pape. So we are going to take this translation and we are going to whatever this language is called, we're going to ruin it. So let's go back. I have already got us halfway there by glossing. Now I have to do this little adventure where I figure out what font size will fit on the screen and be visible to all of you, including those of you who are looking at this on phones. Yes, okay, so that's a good point. We do need to have more consonants in the coda for our syllable structure. However, we could consider this to be a kind of morpheme structure constraint rather than a syllable structure constraint, and then we can just add. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. Basically, the difference between a morpheme structure constraint, let me just write it out and then I'll say it. I'll just go morpheme structure. So morpheme structure constraints are constraints on the representation of morphemes. Not all linguistic theories love these, but some do, and we can use them here without shedding a tear. So this is an idea that morphemes are maximally allowed to have a certain shape or size, and in this case, a morpheme is maximally allowed to be this. But then the syllable structure itself maybe we allow this to be z in the case of voiced clusters, and then we can also allow this to be s or z, depending on the voicing of the coda cluster. Coda cluster terminological alert, the consonants that come in a syllable after the vowel. Yeah, no, the Toki Pona speakers are going to cringe. I apologize. It is done, as I said, purely out of love and desire for fun. But yeah, let's keep going. So we have, I think I'm going to need 2 screens here. So I'm going to open up another one of these. We're going to put it over here. And we are going to make sure we can see it, which is by no means always the case on this channel. Thank you to my my helpers in the chat for telling me when things aren't visible, and I'm aware that that this isn't visible yet, so don't worry, it's going to get sorted out. And we're going to zoom down here so we can see the vowels and the consonants and all the constraints that we've added. It's all going to go here. Okay, so we can see at least what we've done off on the side, more or less. And let's continue. So let's go to the text. All right. So sentence 1. Jan ali li kepeken e toki sama. So this is, let's move this over here. We have an English version here, and the whole earth was of one language and one speech. So here we're translating it as people all used the same language, something like that. So given our phonology, I am very much open to people shouting in the chat. If you have a particular phonological shape you want to occur with for a particular morpheme, just dump it in the chat, or just even without a meaning, I'll just assign it to whatever, because we don't have a huge amount of time to do this. So let's all take part in this absolute travesty of a conlang that we're ruining, that we're creating here. Okay, so let's use some things. So we have sptwach. We use that for animal. I don't think we have any of those in here, so we might want to just replace it and have it be person. So maybe we can do that. Sptwach. And then ali. I don't think we have moku in here, so let's just get ourselves started. Sptwach kyogs. Oh no, we don't need that yet. Oh no, we do. Sorry, I forgot this li in the gloss. What's wrong with me? Gz. Then we need use. We need a use morpheme. So I'm going to go ahead because I know there's a slight delay in the chat. If you have suggestions, I might not see them until I've made a guess, but I'm happy to go back and change things. Question, do we have morphemes with more than one syllable? We do not. So everything's got to be within our little morpheme structure constraint here, which means one syllable. So, sptwach kyogs. Kyogs. This is going to be a workout for me. Use, maybe we can say one, just because we have. And then I think for this A, which I've glossed as accusative, I don't know if I really want to gloss it like that. Let's just gloss it as A. Why don't we have this be a clitic on a clitic that attaches to the preceding word, an enclitic, and we'll have once, and then we need Toki sama. So zgliak, Violet, thank you. This we are going to use for Toki, zgliak. And then sama, we can have something like das. So sptwach kyogs once zgliak das. Right? That's how it goes. All right, then sptwach gz. Let's put this in bold so that we know it's our work. We need a comma. Oh. Sptib. Although I do think that the labial ejectives are rarer. So I might... let's leave it. Rarer doesn't mean impossible. Put it in. So that's comma. Tan. We need right. We need gher. From nasin way, maybe something like scha, no, schud. We need the schwa in here. Ger schud. Of. Yeah. Okay. Let's do something simple. Let's have a nice open syllable just to prove that we can. Ger schud. This is a bit of a long sentence, so let's try and align things a bit. This is always probably everyone's least favorite activity, watching me align things. And then we have yub. Again, good. Of come sun li. So we need a word for a word for sun. Maybe this can be something like lean. And then we have gz. And then we have come again. So we have this word that is definitely going to kill me. Sunny, land. Need one for land. What if the word for land is just Okay. So then let's is land. We have a suggestion of sun being sun. So let's change that here. Sungs. And then let's use lean for something else. We have shinargs. And then we can use lean for weight. And then we need one for located at. Lean is allowed because what is a consonant? L is a consonant. So we just have actually a nice consonant cluster. So yeah, lean is allowed. I mean, if sptwach is allowed, I'm going to say lean is allowed. Okay, we need two more morphemes for this. Shinar. Nope. We need to align this. Then we have something. Swa. Does it work? Swa. It does work. Okay. I absolutely love this. Swa. Which means located at. And then we need a demonstrative. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe butte. So the whole sentence. Sptwags sptjub ger schud sptjub songs sptjub shinargs lean swa debut. Yeah, we could actually aggressively. So I just didn't do anything with this, but I think we could just have it be snar, and that would be fine. Snar. Okay, there we go. I'll just capitalize this so that we know it's a proper name. Okay, great. We've got half of the, well, not half, but we've got a substantial percentage of the vocabulary done. Okay, let's see. Let's try and get the rest of it done in about 20 minutes. We'll see if we can, because I have lots to do on the on our other project. So let's see. We have Yanli Toki e ni. So stwach zgliak. Butte. And then we need something for this O particle. This in Toki Pona is a vocative or imperative particle. We could have something like, I don't know, woi, maybe. Woiger. Okama. Hey. Okay, we're going to put in hey instead of way. Although it looks like we're thinking along very similar lines there. Heiger. And then let's use way for the first person pronoun. Then we have this many, this mute, which if you want to say we, I believe that's going to be mi mute. So in this language, it's going to be woigzar, maybe. So we need heiger, woigzar, and then we have hey again, and then pali, which is going to be our word for do or make or build, I believe. So, oh, yes. Let's have a vowel initial word. Hey, oh. And then we have ogs. And then we something about stone. Something about stone. Klim. Let's do it. Okay. And then we have che, and then we need fire. A word for fire. Thank you, Jamie. Chnoim. Che chnoims. And then a third person pronoun. What's it going to be? Maybe it could just be to be nice. Splachs sgliakt buut. Sklaks de buut. Geger. Woigzar ge ogs klim. Ge chnoims ook. Excellent. All right, we're going to get clock in here. So first of all, we need spwa, spwach, and then what was our many? It was gzar. Is that still in here? It is. Gzar, gz, zgliak, s, and then this demonstrative, which I believe we had already as the butte. See, this thing writes itself. And then we have okama, which is going to be gerer. And then woigzar. Woigzar ge. What was it? Og. O's, and then we need something for house, stick, and big. I think we have lots of choices here. So let's make house clock. Let's make this morpheme, which I've lost, stick. Literally, this is going to be tower, house, stick, or house that's shaped like a long, thin, like a branch or a stick. Clock and tef. And I feel like we've been neglecting our adjectives. So let's get a uvular adjective in here for big. And let's use some real cool, maybe cool. Those are tough for me. All right. Great. So I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say every line for my own, for the sake of my own self-preservation. Oh, we're changing mtef to mtef. Excellent. Okay. So clock mtef, tower. House, stick, literally. So now we need one. What else do we need here? We have above, and then air. Those are our two morphemes, sewi and kon, that we need to translate here. Otherwise, we have everything else we need. Where's our? We have an of, right? I seem to recall. Yeah, that was r. So we have something r. And then clock, tef, gz. And located was, I remember located was, swa. And then we need, okay. Glod, yes, thank you, this is perfect. Glod will be above. And then chloop could be air or heaven. So this is translating whose top may reach unto heaven. Glod, klak, mtef, swa, chloop. All right, moving down. We have, we need a word for name. Violet gave us one, leak. I'm just going to IPA that up here. Leak. Leak. And then this one just means first person pronoun. So where did that go? That was woi. Woigzar. Lik ge woigzar ge ger. We got a lot of these voiced velar fricatives. And then suli, which was gu gu. I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at these adjectives. I need to study a language that has them. Woi, and then we need the word for want and not, but then after that we have and where is our demonstrative? That is butte. Okay, so we are what are we doing? I just momentarily had a distractible moment, as does tend to happen. All right, well, we need a bit more in terms of phonological material. Let's use, for negation, let's use something, let's use something like b on the end. Oops. So and we can do this because our morpheme structure constraint says we're never going to have more than one consonant at the end. So because our syllable structure allows two consonants at the end, and then an S or a Z, we can be we're guaranteed that bs will always be able to be added onto anything that is that is monomorphemic. So then what do we want? Maybe something like maybe something not so over the top. Want could be, what if it's just lu? Maybe we can be simple when we want to be. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe nu feels more like noobs butte. Well, it all depends on the magic of the internet. Maybe people will get really into these constant clusters. Spend hours practicing in front of a mirror. Okay, let's forge ahead. Oizargs. Yeah, that's right. Located at. What did we have for that? That's my favorite word in this so far is swa. And then we need land, which is just and then we need other, and then we have gzar again. Okay, so a word for other might be zden. Seems vaguely Slavic. Is denzar. Okay. Did I make a mistake? Isn't okay. Yep, you're right. Thanks. I've been using gher all over the place for come, and it should be this. Should be spyb. And it's a shame because it's used all over the place. All right, I think I got all of them. super, 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 super. So, what is next? Okay, so this is this translation for the Lord. It is Yansewe Yahweh. I don't know what we're going to do with this exactly. We have all the morphemes, right? We have sptwach. We have above. We have glod. And I don't know. I mean, we could translate it. We could because the problem is this isn't really. Well, it depends, I guess, on where they're coming from. Why don't we just have it be said like, Violet, thank you. So, yeah, we could just have the Lord be person above. Because that's enough, right? The person above. So I'm not going to translate it because it just causes me too much grief. So we're going to just go sptwach glodgs, and then our fun, yub, down. Do we have? I don't think we have down yet. So we could do something like, I don't know, dep. Come down. Sptwach glods stiob depgs. And then we need a word C, which I don't think we yet have. So let's use hya for down. Kind of reminds me of Mandarin a little bit. I don't know if that's the intention, if that's an inside joke or something. I don't know. We'll see. So hya, gz, and then maybe dep could be C. Deps is land. And then house is clocks. Oops. Wait. Sees the land, house. I believe that means city. And then the house stick, which means tower. Okay. Yeah. Must remember to keep hydrated, especially with all these new sounds. Okay, we need a little bit more space, I think, here. Sorry, I just have to break this up. Okay, I think we have everything we need here. So we have stwach, glodgs. Speak is zgliak. The demonstrative is the butte, I think. Yes. All right, then spwachs, and then we need located at, which was swa. Just listen to that. Swa, swa, swa. Oh, so good. And then we have the shortest word ever for land. Located at land one. So one land. We need a word for one. And then we have gz here. We need a word for use, which we already have, I think. We already have this, don't we? Yes. One. Once. Zgliak. And then we had our word for same up here, which is bdas. And then we need gz, bdasgz. We need do, house stick. Well, I forget what do is, but house stick is klakntef. Let's make that bold. So we need a word for one, and I need to find out what the word for do is, which is och. Okay. And we have some, what else? What else? Oh yeah, we need this word for one. Let's just make this something simple. Something simple, just like red. Red. Just simple. Red. And okay. Now we need one for this time word. We have debut. We need this adverbial marker, la. We have our third person pronoun already. I don't remember what it is. Check that out. Gz, can. Then we need os. And then we need thing, bad, and we already have, oh, I need that. Zar. So we actually need quite a bit of stuff here. Let me get the third person pronoun from somewhere up here, which is uk. This is like a memory challenge as well in a way. Uk, ukz. And yek, thank you. Let's make yek time, just IPA that. And then I want an enclitic for this adverbial marker. So let's make it something like yek buten ukz. And then we need a can, thing, and bad. Zizios. This is going to be tough. Zizios. That might not actually be possible in a natural language. I don't know. I love it though. Oops, what happened here? Technical. Zizios. Can. And let's get something for thing. Maybe it's, what haven't we used? Maybe something like lub. Bad could be rneb, rned, rneg, rnek. Yeah, why not? Okay, yek butm ogs zizios ogs lbrnek gzar. And then we need to keep going. Mi wile, woi, wile. What did I have for wile? We had this, right? We had it. Where did it go? Ah, nu. It was just nu. Why no go to? We need a go to verb. Let's do something like, I need to adjust my posture. My stack of pillows for this chair has become unbalanced. All right. Why no go to? Let's make this ziu. Ziu hia Gz. Nu breaks Zgliak. And what was of? If only I could remember these things. What was of? Oh yeah, it was a r. Splach. Zar. Debut. So anyone in the chat got anything for me for break? Pakala in Toki Pona. I'm going to keep going because, oh heavens. There's a bit more. There's a bit more. There's a bit more to do, and I don't think we have time to do it because I really want to make sure we get our third segment in. What I'm going to do, let's stop it after this sentence. So let's finish this one line and then we'll stop. And I'll have to take this up next time to finish it. It's just so that we get everything in today because not enough hours in the day, I tell you that right now. So while one of you is working on an equivalent of pakala, to break, or it has other meanings too, I will keep translating this sentence and then we will say this for part 2, which will probably happen next week. And yeah, I think next week. I do have a calendar for all this. It's actually a marvel of organization. Voinus debut. And then our word for person, which was dwach. You'd think I could remember that. Bz. No. And then we have bz, the negative, and then this a particle. And then we have zgliak. No, that's wrong. R. Sploach. And then do we have a word for other? I forget. Zden. All right, that's fine. Go away. Apologies for all the scrolling about. I know it must be a bit. Zden. Zden. That's right. Okay. Okay. Oh, these are wonderful. I must use both / all three. So let's put no as ok. And then we will say that our next 2 words are going to be ye and woo. And we're going to probably have oo and woo and e and ye because I think we're coming into the home stretch and we have to make everything as difficult as possible. So that's what we'll do next time. I'm going to swap over to full screen and congratulate those of you who have remained throughout this process of ruination. It has been very, very fun to have you here. If you've been watching live, thank you so much for your contributions. You've helped build this tower that we've been working on. And if you've been watching on YouTube, thank you as well. And gee, you must really love these kind of cockamamie schemes. So I encourage you to subscribe to see more because more will come.